Hey everybody, back with round one of our Modern League with Dredge. Chris Anderson, Joey Andrews, and we won the die roll, so that's going to be nice. A nice head start. Although one of the nice things about this deck is that it doesn't matter all too much if you lose a die roll because you can just like draw your 8th card and pitch your Dredger. Yeah, let's go ahead and go first.
All right, sounds like a plan. Get this all sized right. All right, so I don't know what a keepable hand looks like with this deck yet, but I would say Faithless Looting and Dredge cards, so that's got to be good.
Yeah, I think that this hand is keepable, but only barely so. The Dakmor Salvage is not a very good Dredger. You obviously rather have like a Stinkweed Emperor or a Clark Troll.
Sure.
But Faithless Looting is the best card in the deck. Like it basically lets you keep hands that would otherwise be unkeepable. Like I don't think I would keep this if it was an EM8 or a Tormenting Voice. But okay. You just flash back the Faceless Looting later to get a second time around. You got the mana for it, and say it's probably worth it. Also, having your Narcomoebas in your hand are almost just like worse than Mulligans.
Yeah, it's basically a 5-card hand, but it's got the Enabler and the Dredge action. Now, is this the type of deck that you're happy to take pain early on, or do you want to be more conservative, fetch mountain, that kind of thing?
Well, I would probably look to fetch Steam Vents with that fetch land so that we can actually cast our Narcomoebas if we need to. So I would just go ahead and play the Stomping Ground untapped and cast Faithless Looting this turn. Okay.
I can get behind that.
And hopefully we'll draw some Grave Trolls or something. I think we didn't. That'll do.
Yeah. All right. So Jund?
Yep, looks like we're playing against Jund. So go ahead and click on the tombstone icon right underneath your name. That'll pop your graveyard out. Or I guess drag it out to maybe that arrow. There's like a little box next to the X with an arrow pointing to the right hand.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be really helpful.
Absolutely.
All right, we dredge on the Stinkweed Imp?
For sure. Let's get some good ones. Oh, a lot of Faithless Lootings. We didn't get any action.
Nope.
So
probably just fetch land pass?
I think we should play an Archimeble.
Okay.
There's really not many other things that we can do. Next turn will be a lot better, though. And our fetch lands are identical, basically.
Okay, that was my next question.
Yeah, all of our lands in our deck are mountains. Oh, we milled the Steam Vents.
Oh, oops.
Oh, well.
All right.
So yeah, I guess Blood Crypt tap and pass.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
No. The perils of playing Dredge.
Oh yeah, they're perilous, all right.
I guess Stinkweed Imp makes a reasonable blocker though, so there's that.
Stinkweed Imp gets his block on quite often in this deck. It's pretty nice. And of course they have a turn 2 Scavenging Ooze.
Must be nice.
Yeah, this is going to be a fun game.
Dredging, not dredging?
I think dredging is probably a good idea. Like, ideally what we'd like to get is a Conflagrate so that we can...
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
...that ooze off, so might as well. Okay.
So...
Yeah, let's just play that Bloodstained Mire and then cast Faithless Looting. It's really the only thing. I guess we could also play Stinkweed Imp, but
it's not like they're going to walk into the Stinkweed Imp. Now, is there any reason? Because best case scenario, he can eat 3 things next turn.
Right.
So, is there any reason to fire off a Faithless Looting here versus waiting?
I don't think so. If we wait, he'll just eat everything. Like okay. I think we want to have as much velocity as possible right now, so that we can kind of overload his Scavenging Ooze, because it means he's not casting any other cards, and hopefully we can just put so many things in his graveyard that he can't deal with at all, and then maybe we'll like on upkeep or on our draw step, like hit a conflagrate or something.
Mountain fine here, or should I be?
Mountain's probably what we want to do here. We don't need double green or double black.
Making sure. All right, so we're going for the Faithless Looting.
I think I would.
All right, we'll dredge the Stinkweed from the Grave Troll.
Mm-hmm.
Good deal.
All right, got a Narcomoeba, and let's grab that. That Light from the Loam might actually be decent. We probably didn't want to grab the Stinkweed Imp. The second one is probably going to be more. Just it has more velocity. But
yeah, probably should have grabbed Light from the Loam. It was sort of a
Light from the Loam as an option to make a giant conflagrate is pretty nice. We'd also be able to get our blue source back. So yeah, we can pitch 2 cards now.
Is there a reason to hold the troll because of the ooze? Or are we just kind of...
Possibly. I mean, Troll is actually a pretty good creature against Jund to cast.
Yeah.
If he's got an ooze, though, he can shrink it. I think we probably just want to pitch the Stinkweed Imp, and let's get rid of the Dakmar Salvage. That basically gives us the most options, basically, because we've got Troll, we've got, let's see, Stinkweed, Troll, and Loam. 3 dredgers in his graveyard. He might just miss the conflagrate. It's possible. We'll see what he does.
Well, we're getting some guys, so there's that.
We're going to get a few creatures in play, which is nice. And yeah, this is basically what we wanted to see. He can only ooze us so many times. So he's got to pick his poison, basically, and we might just run him over anyway. Especially since he won't really be able to develop very well if he's spending all of his mana every turn picking up our graveyard. Inquisition, that's not going to do much for him.
Yeah, I'm perfectly happy to just let that happen all day.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I would assume he would just take a Narcomoeba here if I was in his position. He doesn't want to give us a Dredger, but...
yeah, that would make sense to me. I think what he should do is get rid of... It's hard to say. If I was in his spot, like, the Conflagrate's certainly the most dangerous card in our graveyard.
Yeah.
But other than that, like, might be the Grave Troll.
Wow.
It looks like he did take the Stinkweed Imp, so...
He might not know how this matchup plays out. He did take the Conflagrate, though.
He snapped the Conflagrate off, which was correct. And it looks like he's not doing anything else, which is actually kind of smart, because now if we dredge into another Conflagrate, then he'll just be able to take that during the end of our draw step.
All right, so Loam or Troll?
I think I kind of like the Loam. This will make sure that we'll be able to cast our Grave Troll next turn.
Okay. I can get behind that. This deck's got a lot of very difficult lines.
Yeah, it's pretty complex. So he'll probably eat a lot of our creature, or Bloodgaster, or the Amalgam. This turn around. Another option that we could do instead of playing the Loam is just cast a Faithless Looting.
That's true too.
Yeah, let's cast a Faithless Looting. I guess it's in our draw step right now. He's got to figure out whether or not he wants to eat anything with his ooze.
Right. I would assume eating the Amalgam makes the most sense to me from where he's sitting, because I've got 2 Bloodghast, so I'm getting one back no matter what. And those are a lot less scary than a 3/3 body at the moment. But
yeah, I agree.
That's what he did.
Okay, so...
All right, so we got a Faithless Looting before we play the land in case we hit more Bloodghast.
More Bloodghasts or Amalgams, yep. And yeah, let's just try to put a bunch of creatures into the graveyard.
Grave Troll first.
Yeah, let's do Grave Troll first, and then we'll see what we get. Most likely just do the other Grave Troll.
We did hit another Bloodghast.
Another Bloodghast. Yeah, let's hit another Grave Troll. Try to get more Amalgams. Nope, no Amalgams.
A lot of lands.
And then, yeah, time to discard. I think the Narcomoebas might be the right thing to discard.
Yeah, just try to play consecutive grave trolls.
Right. We're going to be a little bit slow on that because of the we don't have land number 5. At least we won't be able to just straight up play land number 5 without casting a loam first. But having a bunch of grave trolls makes it so that he's got to attack things like our stinkweed imps and stuff.
We just attack with Narcomoeba and Amalgam here.
Yep, attack with everybody.
It's really difficult to find a good place.
We have 1 more Bloodghast, 1 more Narcomoeba, and 2 more Amalgams in our deck right now.
Yeah.
How many creatures are in our graveyard?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got 7 right now.
7? Okay.
He can eat 3 if he wants.
Yeah, Edge of Forest. That's pretty good for him.
That was interesting. Okay.
All right, so he's not taking anything.
He's going to let us dredge, too?
That's kind of tricky. Part of me wants to just take the Dakmar Salvage, because if we cast Loam and he just, like, eats all of our lands in response, and we don't get to get our Bloodghasts back, we also won't be able to cast our Grave Trolls. Also, he could just, like, eat 3 creatures, untap, eat 3 creatures, and our Grave Trolls are pretty bad then.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, we could also just take the draw step, try to hit a land. Do we have any lands left in the deck?
1, 2, 3 mountains, 2 blood crypts.
There's 20 between graveyard and play right now.
Nope, there are no more red mana in our deck. If we draw Fex land, it won't be able to get anything.
Okay, so we basically should take the salvage back then.
It's either the salvage or just play the Stinkweed Imp.
Well, there's 16 cards left in our deck, and we've only seen 1 Conflagrate, so I guess there's a chance we could hit 2, but then he can eat.
He'll be able to do that during our draw step. He'll be able to eat the Conflagrate, so we won't be able to cast it. It'll also just not be big enough because he'll be able to exile our creatures. Yeah, let's just grab the salvage.
Maybe another Bloodghast.
We did have a Bloodghast, which is pretty good.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and play the salvage and try to get that Bloodghast back.
Let's attack with all of our creatures first, except for the Amalgam.
Okay. Except the Amalgam?
Well, if we attack with the Amalgam, he blocks it and eats it. And, well, let me think.
Yeah, because
I guess he'll just eat whatever we put in our graveyard.
Yeah, my feeling was the Amalgam was fine if you wanted to block it, because it'll push more damage through at least, which is
right.
Our best bet right now.
Yeah, I guess we do. We're kind of just priced into it. It's not... Things are not looking good.
No, I'm not confident here at all, but he is holding up lots of mana all the time, so there's at least that. He's got that 1 non-green source, so he's always got the option to bolt something and then eat it.
Right. Yeah, Scavenging Ooze is just pretty tough to deal with.
Yeah. There's no chance of Faithless Looting into a Conflagrate here?
Well, we wouldn't have the 2nd mana to be able to play it this turn, so he most certainly heat it up.
Yeah.
Next turn we could do that, though.
Even if we hold the Conflagrate in hand?
Oh, you trying to draw into it?
Yeah.
I would just wait a turn and then dredge and cast it while he's holding priority. Or while we're holding priority, he'll never have the opportunity to exile it, because then we'll have 5 mana. So we'll have a lot more looks for it instead of just 2.
Alright, so I'm going to play the salvage and try to get these Bloodghast back.
I think so, yeah. And then we'll cast Light from the Loam to make our conflagrate bigger. Yeah, it's probably going to eat those.
No. Whatever. All right, we'll go for the loam. All right, so
let's get our mana producing lands. We don't really want fetch lands.
Yeah, mountain, and I guess I'll take the seed vents.
Actually, grab a Copperline Gorge.
Copperline Gorge? Okay.
Because, or I guess Stomping Ground is slightly better.
Well, I already put Copperline Gorge, so.
No worries. That way, like, if he plays, I guess he's not really going to play a Fulminator Mage, but we want one green source for our loam. It's just like a good habit to always keep a green source up.
Sure.
Since we don't have any blue cards, we're going to be drawing the rest of the game. Okay, and he's just going to eat our Faithless Lootings. So yeah, he's probably playing perfectly and knows exactly how to play against Dredge, which is...
I guess there's a chance we should have just kept the Narcomoebas in hand, because we could have just played them and tried to do that thing.
That's a possibility.
Because we've got him at 9 right now. If we had 3/1/1 flyers, that's...
I don't think they're realistically going to race against John.
It's probably true. Just thinking of different possible options.
Not a green source, which is nice.
What is that?
That's not going to do much.
Yeah. The only downside of playing this deck on Moto is the interface.
Yeah. It's one of the downsides.
Yeah.
Combat. Yeah, he's not going to attack us. Okay, so our turn. Do we want to dredge?
He's going to get 3 eats. If we dredge anything, I feel like it would be the loam.
Yeah, loam is reasonable.
Just trying to think of, we need the conflagrate more than anything. And
right. So if we dredge loam, do you think he'll eat our Faithless Looting on draw step? Because if not, then we'll certainly be able to get a conflagrate in our graveyard.
The issue is so say we dredge, we have 6 cards left, 2 of them are conflagrates, so there's a reasonable chance we just hit.
We have 14 cards left.
Oh, 14 cards left, sorry, I was looking at my hand.
Yeah.
So,
so we'll be able to mill both of our Stinkweed Imps and mill ourselves for 10, which means we'll 100% get access to 1. If he lets us have Faithless Looting. If he doesn't and mills it during, or exiles it during a draw step, then we're a bit SOL.
Well, I think we're kind of just going to have to try.
Right. I'm not seeing any way of making it more likely to sneak through in, other than just like naturally drawing conflagrate.
Yeah.
And then casting it and exiling it, which would be...
I mean, I guess there's a
6, 2, 3, 4. I mean, that would do it. We got like a 1 in 7 chance of winning the game that way.
Okay. I mean, that's not bad, actually. That's probably better than hoping he doesn't exile the Faithless Looting when he's played pretty perfectly the rest of the time.
Right.
So we just skip the dredge and cross our fingers?
Yeah, let's give that a try.
Huh? All right.
Oh, well, we still can do this, actually, because we can cast Faithless Looting.
Yeah. So, to do that...
Yep.
Are we dredging this Faithless Looting?
Yes.
Okay, so we can't eat all of our dredgers. Perfect.
Nope. Right. So yeah, we dredge twice, and then discard 2 cards, and then we'll be able to conflagrate him for 7.
All right, so Imp.
Yep. There's a conflagrate.
And
I
still
guess
an imp.
actually it may not want to do that. I don't know.
Do the life from the loam instead of the imp. Save the cards.
Maybe we just don't dredge at all on the second one.
Okay, I'll try it.
Okay, and then yeah, pitch 2 cards.
Copperline Gorge and
doesn't really matter.
yeah.
Pitching everything anyways. So and then yeah, immediately cast Conflagrate.
Yeah. Mountain first.
Click on it, it'll have us pay 2 red and choose our targets, or maybe targets first. Yeah. So just dome in for 7, I think, and then hopefully that'll do the last. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. He blocks the biggest creature. If he doesn't have a bolt.
Choose any number of target creatures in it. Okay. So I clicked him. We're just doing 7?
Yep.
Yep. Oh, Conflagrate's really good in this deck.
Yeah, it's incredibly powerful. It's an excellent plan B.
That's really funny because he basically played this whole game perfectly except for eating that Faithless Looting.
Right.
All right. This should do it.
Maybe. If he has a bolt, you can bolt our Amalgam and then block one of our guys and gain some life with Scavenging Ooze and stay alive.
4 cards in hand. We're hoping he doesn't have a Lightning Bolt and a Jund deck. Okay.
Basically, yeah. He's only seen 12 cards.
That's true.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just going to F6 and see what happens.
Okay.
Ah!
Wow. Nice game. All right. Behold
We
the
got 9
power of
minutes.
Dredge. Turn 2 Scavenging Ooze, no problem. Okay, so against Jund, rather, I think the Lightning Axes are pretty good. It's a way of killing early Tarmogoyfs that are going to pressure us, and also Scavenging Ooze, which, as we saw there, is pretty terrifying. It almost beat us by itself.
Sure. Is this the type of matchup where you want to be Thought Seizing?
I don't think so. You board your Thought Seizes out in the mirror against Jund anyway, so I would imagine
Okay.
it's similarly just not very good. Engineered Explosives might be okay. I just haven't played this matchup too many times.
Yeah, Engineered Explosives feels really reactionary, though.
Right. The thing is that their hate cards are spread out so thin, and they have made up Scavenging Oozes already, that I would be a little surprised if they've got any like hate cards in their sideboard other than possibly a Cage or 2, which is good against us, don't get me wrong. But
Yeah,
there's
usually
no way they could play more than one. And
yeah, say if Jund plays Cage, it's a 1-of, so
right.
kind of hope to
So, yeah,
dodge
let's
it.
just go with the Lightning Axes. And then usually we just shave. I think the Haunted Dead is an easy cut here.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think one of the Tormenting Voices is a pretty easy cut. And we could do a Conflagrate or a Bloodghast.
I think Bloodghast seems pretty reasonable. They have Tarmogoyfs, so...
Right. It's kind of hard to get through with Bloodghast. All right, let's give this a try.
All right.
And yeah, that wasn't actually a particularly powerful start either. Remember, we didn't have a Dredger in our turn 1 Dredger or anything, and they had turn 2 Scavenging Ooze, so that was a pretty good game.
It really just came down to that one moment where he did not decline to take the Faithless Looting
during our draw step.
Yep.
Also, Exaxes. We got that Exaxes value in there too. The Scavenging Ooze gaining life the entire game and everything.
Yeah, that's a good point too. He gained a solid 3-6, almost 10 points of life that game.
Something like that, yeah. Okay, so this hand only has 1 mana in it, but we've got Faithless Looting, so we've got 2 extra shots at a land. Usually 2 mana is the sweet spot minimum, because that means, and a green source, so that we can dredge back loam and get to more lands, basically.
So it's what you call a risky keep, but it looks like a pretty high...
I would say this is a snap keep, but it's got there is a way that it could go wrong, and that is how it would go wrong, is if we just don't hit our second land ever. But having 2 extra draws at it with Faithless Looting is going to make it okay, I think. And he's mulliganing card.
So he's looking for a hate card.
Mm-hmm. That is one thing with Dredge. Both players are mulliganing all the time. So this deck really tests your mulligan decisions, which is pretty cool, I think. All right. Price Amalgam's pretty good with the Faithless Looting. And we'll probably have to play pretty quickly because we've got 9 minutes to play 2 games here.
Yeah. Well, now that I understand the deck a little bit better.
Right. So I guess we got to deck more salvage. I guess we just go like Grave Troll and then Amalgam, or Grave Troll and one or the other.
I'm inclined to put the Amalgam in because when we dredge, there's a good chance we hit something to bring it back.
Yeah, I like that.
All right. Sweet. Okay. I want this. There we go. Bob.
Dark Bob.
And
all right. What you got for us, Grave Troll?
Faithless Looting, nothing great.
Okay. Well, we got a loam, which is pretty nice. We didn't get a creature, which is a thing, but that's okay. So we only have really one play here, and that's casting Conflagrate for 0.
Is that something we want to be doing?
It's something that I normally would do just to be mana efficient. We've got plenty of things to discard with Tormenting Voice, and like we want that Conflagrate to get in our graveyard anyway, I think. I doubt we'd want to tap 3 to cast it for 1, even if it would kill our Dark Confidant.
Okay.
I think it's fine.
We'll just toss it, 0, gone.
It would be a lot better, of course, if we had a second red source, but well, just click on it and then F2, F2. No, you don't want to click any numbers. Cancel. Okay, so click on Conflagrate.
Yep.
And then just F2.
Ah.
And then F2 again.
Sweet. That's an interesting interface.
Yeah, it's a little odd.
All right.
Yeah, next turn, I think we're probably going to be dredging Life from the Loam and casting Life from the Loam.
Okay. That seems fine. I don't mind that at all.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, that gives us the ability to set up for a
pretty powerful Conflagrate. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that too.
We just like cast Conflagrate for like 5, probably, in turn 4.
What if
actually more than that, because we cast Life from the Loam on both turn 3 and 4.
So dredge, whether to how to dredge or not with this deck is nowhere near as straightforward as it is with Legacy or Vintage Dredge.
I think so. Yeah, it's a complex deck. Definitely taking my fair share of losses from play mistakes. There's Marco. That's pretty good. Gets our Amalgam into play. Also, actually shrinks his Tarmogoyf,
which is a sweet little bonus.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to Loam. And we want probably Copperline Gorge, Foothills
Blood Cart. Yeah, that seems fine.
We can play. I guess we play the Copperline Gorge here because it's efficient, or
right. I mean, it might as well. It's going to come into play tapped no matter what next turn, which is not good. So might as well play it untapped now.
Okay.
We can't use it for mana. And then yeah, I guess we're done. Ooh, actually, no, that's okay. That's okay, because we can just play the Wooded Foothills for mana next turn. Because we want to make sure. Something we're probably going to end up doing is dredging Life from the Loam again, cast Life from the Loam, and then cast Conflagrate. That's a 4 mana thing, and we're going to have like 10 cards in our hand.
Okay.
And just completely wipe his board. Maybe even kill him.
It's going to be pretty close. He's at 15 right now, so. Right. He does have a Bolt and a Goyf in hand.
Okay. But is the Goyf the one that he played, or is that what he drew this turn?
That's fresh. It's a new Goyf.
Gotcha.
But if he spends that Bolt on, say, an Amalgam because he wants to attack, then Bob is going to be dangerous for him.
Absolutely. Great. Things look good here.
You get into the Narcomoeba?
Yep, and a Bloodghast.
Even better.
Oh, and our Bloodghast will have haste. That's pretty great.
It is really good. All right. So we're going to loam first?
Yeah, loam first, so that we have a lot of cards. And then, how big would these Tarmogoyfs get? Would they get 4/5s? Sorcery, creature, instant, land, or are there no instants?
There's no instance right now.
He
He
does have Lightning Bolt in his hand, so they'd be 4/5s if we wanted to do that. So we've got 3, 6, 9, 10 mana. We could kill both of his 9 mana, because we have to play the land. So we can't kill both of his Tarmogoyfs, but we could kill one, his Dark Confidant, and then ding him for the rest, keep the 2 Tormenting Voices in our hand.
Yes.
So, yeah, sounds
we
good.
want to play the land. We want to save the land till after we can. But we can't do it. We have to have 2 red sources. So I was thinking, I want to get this Amalgam in the graveyard so we can get it back when the Bloodghast comes back. But it doesn't.
For sure. If we could do that, that would be great.
Okay, so
that's okay. Yeah, just play the Foothills.
Yeah, Fetch Mountain, I guess.
Mm-hmm. One thing that I know what we should have done. Is it too late? Hang on, let me think. Yeah, it's too late. Never mind. We could attack with our Amalgam first.
Oh, gotcha.
Because it'll come back at the end of our turn, and then that'll trigger the second one.
Oh, and it would have done damage to a Tarmogoyf, so we could have probably Conflagrate wipe the board.
Exactly. But let's attack with the Amalgam and the Narcomoeba pre-combat anyways, just because that's good.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and there's Gwitch 2/3s right now.
Oh wow, he has Gwitch 2/3s right now, so that's.
There will be 3/4s once he bolts whenever creatures though.
Yeah, well, I'm doing this.
Probably the Amalgam.
One would assume.
Mm-hmm.
Although I guess he could like bolt the untapped Narcomoeba and then eat.
That's interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You want to just conflagrate him for 9?
Kind of do, yeah.
And let our Confidant do all of the. He'd probably have to bolt his Dark Confidant then. But I'm fine with that.
Yeah, we got 2 Narcomoebas. So.
Like, we lose our Tormenting Voices, that's fine.
Yeah, we got a Grave Troll too to get back anything else. So.
Right. Yeah, and Bloodghast will have haste if we dredge any more of those. Let's do it.
9 at his face. 3, 4, 5. They don't have like a discard all button for this yet?
Not yet.
Love this whole move things around the screen constantly trick.
Yeah, it's definitely different than playing your typical deck on Magic Online. Dredge is an odd deck.
You have the sub game of where does the graveyard go?
Right.
I can imagine he's a little sad about taking 4 now.
Yeah, I mean, he saw it was all there in front of him. He could have seen this coming.
Yeah, now he's got the scary Bob flips.
Mm-hmm. He's probably gonna have to bolt his Bob.
I believe that is the thought he is having at the moment.
Yep, most likely.
Yeah, the Narcomoeba.
Bolted the Narcomoeba. Okay.
Gambling man.
And
Oh, you just swamp.
ooh, living dangerously.
Yes, indeed.
Narcomoeba. That's an interesting one. I guess he wants to get aggressive with his Tarmogoyfs.
Well, I guess he figures if he only had 1 bolt in hand, if he kills his Bob and then doesn't draw another one, he's dead to the Narcomoebas anyway.
Sure. So we're taking 10.
Does he have a way to deal with this?
I don't know. Probably. Perhaps Anger of the Gods.
That is a way that deals with this.
Yeah, Anger of the Gods. Okay. Well, let's see. I think we need a Dredge Loam here.
You think loam? I was thinking grave troll because we need to get stuff.
Okay. Well, yeah, Faithless Looting is probably what we're going to be casting next turn, right? So
yeah.
We just need one. Let's see. Let's dredge loam.
Okay.
Because we'll then be able to play loam and Faithless Looting and dredge 2 grave trolls, or a grave troll and a stinkweed. And if we hit, then we will be able to. Oh no, because then we wouldn't have the. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna have to hope to hit Narcomoebas here. Yeah, because I forgot that we would have had to have played our land drop already if we do hit any Bloodghasts.
Yeah, but that's
a pretty big deal.
How it's going to be, I guess.
Yeah, as much as we can. We hope to hit an Narcomoeba.
No dice.
Did not, so we lose.
Huh. Seemed like a game we were going to win, too.
Yeah. All right, we're going to have to play fast for this third game.
Yeah, I was not looking forward to that. All right. Here we go. This is not an easy deck to just, like, autopilot, too.
Nope. Need a couple of reps. That's okay.
I'm starting to see the lines, though. That's important.
For sure.
And those conflagrate plays are real difficult ones.
Yeah. Wish we had more time to try to figure out what exactly was the best line. I think that was a good line, but I don't know if it's the best line.
So
this pretty good.
Fine. Okay.
We got a turn 1 Dredger. Then we've got Tormenting Voice to back it up. 3 is obviously not a ideal number to be dredging, but it's still okay.
It's a start. So do we just EOT this whole effect?
Post-combat main it, because if you hit both a Narcomoeba and an Amalgam, if you do it during the end step, then your Amalgam won't come back until your end turn. So you won't get to attack with it. So yeah, turn unlock your stops and turn the post-combat main on. That's just something that you always want to have on in...
Yeah, I recall that from playing that weird Haunted Dead Amalgam deck in...
With a Nihil Spellbomb, that's an interesting card to be playing. All right, that's pretty good.
That wasn't bad. Was not bad. All right, so we're definitely dredging.
We can dredge. Yeah, let's dredge. We'll probably Spellbomb us on our mains.
We're going to get some stuff back at the very least.
Perfectly fine, because we'll just cast Tormenting Voice. Nope, didn't do it. So instead, let's just cast Life in the Loam.
Is he going to let us have Bloodghast? Is he going to crack? Spellbomb's interesting. The card seems like it's only good against this deck if it hits at just the right moment.
Right. It's an interesting one, for sure.
Because he also gets to play the sub game of if I can't beat him in 120 seconds, then.
Right.
All right. That worked out. Grab the Steam Vents, probably.
Sure, let's do Steam Vents.
This appears to be the type of game where I'm going to have to cast things.
Yeah, I guess like Gorge Mountain Fetchland.
That's what I'm thinking. And I'm just going to F6.
And then we've got that Conflagrate, which is really threatening him to wipe his board at any point in time if he doesn't fire off the Spellbomb quickly, which is pretty nice.
So he did weird things with his mana so that he could play the Spellbomb early.
Right.
All right, so we're just going to dredge the Loam again?
We could dredge the Loam. We could also dredge Stinkweed, either one.
Okay. Well,
let's do the Loam. Or yeah, the loam is fine.
Okay.
And do you want to just like cast Amalgam?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, we might as well just start attacking him at this point.
Right.
I need a black source, so let's do that. Might as well make him play magic.
We'll be able to like Golgari Grave Troll on curve as well, which is kind of neat.
The only downside is fetching that black source made this gorge worse.
Sure.
I don't think that's huge drawbacks. Anger, that hurt.
That's a little annoying.
Imp, because I already have a loam.
Sure. Just like play Gorge and Narcokiba. Yeah, he's just playing the control role. It's going to time us out.
Yep. Anger's actually really good against this deck.
It is, yeah, definitely. It is the best sweeper.
Alright, well, the old...
Yeah, let's grab a loam. Just get more creatures that way. Hardcast Grave Troll, I suppose. That'll basically force him to use his Nile Spellbomb.
So I could, like, Tormenting Voice here and make him use that Spellbomb, shrink his life. I'm dead anyway. Whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. We got 15 seconds left on our clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Tormenting Voice is actually better because then we can follow it up with the Stinkweed Imp. So,
yeah, if I had more than 4 seconds on the clock, absolutely.
Right. But, oh well. Yeah, I think this game is definitely very winnable. It's unfortunate we don't get to finish it. But overall, I would count this as a win. If this was Paper or Magic, I think we would have won this match.